verses 1 through 9. Usually, Jessica joins us. Today she is sick, so I will be doing both tasks. I have mentioned in the past that the website has an intro section. I will box it. Okay. If you press the arrow right next to it, this section will expand. Okay. When it expands, you get some introduction like this. For this surah, I have included the introduction at the end. Over time, we will start discussing these introductions and surahs one-on-one. So the introduction is pretty standard. It tells you the name, the period of revelation, and then what is the theme and subject of the surah. Okay, so let's see, why was it named so? Sonia, let's get it started. Can you start reading the introduction? Let's start from here.
Yes, sir. Name. The surah takes its name from the word occurring in the first verse, Humazah.
Okay, okay, so the name is in the first
Yeah.
verse. And verse means, what does the word verse mean?
Verse mean ayat.
Okay, good. So next to Shazia, what's the period of revelation?
Okay, sir. Period of revelation. All commentators are agreed that it is a Makki surah. A, a study of its subject matter and style shows that this too is one of the earliest surahs to be revealed at Makkah.
Okay, so what is this sentence? What is this word? You have one mistake.
Revealed.
Very good. Revealed. Okay. So Shazia, so was this surah revealed in which city this surah was revealed?
Uh, this surah was revealed in Makkah.
Makkah. Okay. So in Quran, or for most surahs, I think for all of surahs, the surah is revealed in two cities. What are those two cities? Or which cities are those?
Uh, those are Makkah and Medina.
Perfect. So they are either Makkah or Medina. In Urdu, we say the surah is either Makki or Madani. So Makkah surahs are called Makki. Medina surahs are called Madani. Next, there's theme and subject matter. Abrar. Let's start with this.
Yes. Theme and subject matter. In it, some of the evils prevalent among the materialistic holders of wealth in the pre-Islamic days have been condemned. Every Arab knew that they actually existed in their society. They regarded them as evils and nobody thought that they were good. After calling attention to this kind of ugly character, the ultimate end in the hereafter of the people having this kind of character have been stated.
Okay. So Abrar, I have
Yes.
a question. In the first sentence, it talks about the word materialistic. What does that mean to you? Or even in Urdu, what does this mean? It's okay if you don't know. Or what does the word hoarder mean? I know you guys have not read this, so I'm just,
Order
this
means,
is
I think so, Zakhira and those materialistic.
perfect. Yeah. The hoarders होते हैं Zakhira and and those. Okay. हम अक्सर बात करते हैं कि मक्का में क्या हो रहा था, मदीना में क्या हो रहा था, आज 1400 साल पहले हमारी सोसाइटी में, पाकिस्तान में, अमेरिका में क्या हो रहा है. तो मटीरियलिस्टिक क्या होगा?
सर जो मटेरियल्स की चाहत रखते हैं.
Perfect. Yeah. So
Mahdi.
Mahdi क्या है उसमें?
Madiyat Pasand.
Madiyat Pasand. Okay. जो लोग ज़खीरा प्रश्न आप, let's say for example मैं
सर मतलब ये जो दुनियावी
या मेरी
बात
क्या ये होगी कि for example मुझे जीन्स का बड़ा शौक है जी, मेरे पास 10 जीन्स हैं, ये चाहिए तो सिर्फ 2 या 1, 10 जीन्स मैंने क्या करनी है. तो ये मेरी कहने मेरा मटेरियलिस्टिक एस्पेक्ट है या मेरी होल्डिंग टेंडेंसी है. ठीक है, तो ये चीजें हम सब करते हैं, लेकिन हमें अपनी जरूरत से ज्यादा चीजें, किसी और को भी मैं ये चीजें दे सकता हूँ, शेयर कर सकता हूँ. ये पर्सनल लेवल पे है, और फिर सोसाइटल लेवल पे इसके और मसले होते हैं. तो आपके ख्याल में पाकिस्तान में ये मसला है या नहीं, मटीरियलिज्म का या होल्डिंग का?
जी सर है.
यस सर है.
Okay. और कुछ लोगों को वैसे एक्चुअली एक बीमारी भी होती है, उसको कहते हैं होल्डिंग. तो वो चीजें बस इकट्ठी करके जाएंगे. ये एक बीमारी के लिए भी लफ्ज़ होता है. So anyways, so that's that side comment. So okay, let's read the next text. Khadija, you want to read next?
Yes, sir. Can I start?
Yeah.
Both these things, i.e., the character and his fate in the hereafter, have been depicted in a way which makes the listener automatically reach the conclusion that such a man fitly deserves to meet such an end. And since in the world people of such character don't suffer any punishment, but seems to be thriving instead, the occurrence of the hereafter become absolutely inevitable.
Okay, very good. So these kind of people don't suffer. We see that some of these people suffer no punishment. So the punishment can come based on my understanding of the religion. Are material things a reward or punishment? If I have 10 genes, is that a reward or is that punishment?
Sir,
if I have a lot of
it
things, is that a reward or is that a punishment?
Yes, sir. It can be punishment in terms of when you show your greed towards materialistic things. But when it gives you a sense to help others with your material or with your wealth, then it is a reward for you.
Yeah. So it could be a blessing because it
Yes,
makes
sir.
my life comfortable, but it could also be a problem. Okay, because then I'm so obsessed with these things, maybe I wake up every morning and I look at the 10 genes and I was like, wow, look at this, what I have. Look at this, what I have. Look at this, what I got. So, that's the mindset. So anyways, these are a few things we will, so I really like these introductions. So whenever I prepare these lessons, I go through these introductions because it helps me understand the context, the theme of these surahs, and it makes me think about it myself. So let's go back to Surah. And if we have time at the end of the hour, we can add some more. Okay, so let's start with Shazia.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويل لكل همزة لمزة. Woe to every fault. The words are Humazah. Hums and lums are so close in meaning that they are sometimes used as synonyms. Difference in the shade of meaning. But this difference for the meaning given to hums by some Arabic speaking people themselves by other Arabic speaking peoples. On the contrary, the meaning given to lums by some people is given to hums. Since both the words appear Lumada have been used, they give the meaning that it has become a practice with the slanderer that he insults and holds others in contempt, his finger and winks at one man, finds fault with the lineage and person of another, taunts one in the face and backbites another, creates differences between friends and stirs up divisions between brothers, calls the people names and satirizes and defames.
Okay. All right. So there was one word here that you mispronounced.
So, synonyms.
So one second. So there's a Y in there. So you were right now you were saying synonyms. So try again.
Synonyms.
Okay, so you're saying U right now, or maybe A or E, but I think it'll be synonyms. Nyms. So so think about it, there's an I in there.
Okay, sir. Synonyms.
Yeah, synonyms. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And then there was one other word here. Then there was the word wink. Okay, you said wink like a V. V versus W. Right now, just understand that it's a different sound. Okay, you guys are struggling with that, and that's okay. It will take some time.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, and then okay. So let me start. Let me read this again. Before I read, when we read the first ayah, there's a one at the end that is raised from the text. What do we call this? This kind of reference?
So this is a kind of reference about footnote.
Yep. This kind of references are footnotes. So right now we have Surah 1 and we have footnote 1. So right now it seems in this that every surah has the same name of the surah, name of the footnote is the same. Okay. So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wailul likulli humazatil lumazah. Woe to every default finding backbiter. The words used in the original are humazatil lumazah. In Arabic, hums and lums are so close in meaning that they are sometimes used as synonyms and sometimes with a little difference in the shade of meaning. But this difference is not definite and clear or the meaning given to hams by some Arabic-speaking people themselves is given to lams by other Arabic-speaking peoples. On the contrary, the meaning given to lams by some people is given to hams by others. Here, since both the words appear together and the words humazah and lumazah have been used, they give the meaning that it has become a practice with the slanderer that he insults and holds others in contempt habitually. He raises his finger and winks at one man, finds fault with the lineage and person of another, taunts one in the face and backbites another, creates differences between friends and stirs up divisions between brothers, calls the people names and satirizes and defames them. Okay, you guys should read this explanation again. When I read this for the first time, it really made me fear because I had a lot of these bad habits. हम अक्सर लोगों की तरफ इशारा करेंगे, उनकी गलतियां पॉइंट आउट करते रहेंगे अपनी तरफ इशारा करने की बजाय. So this is what the surah is saying. He raises his fingers. Okay, so let me use a different color. He raises his fingers and finds fault with the lineage. Okay, for example, I'll give you my example. I am from a Jat family. Okay, and in Punjab, I was like, we are from the Jat family. We are better than others. I used to think that. Because just because I'm born in a Jat family, I am better than others. किसी आपने दूसरों का मजाक उड़ाया, चुगली कर रहे हैं, इन चीजों के बारे में हम सोचते नहीं हैं. So anyways, let's move on to surah number 2. Sorry, ayat number 2. Umar.
الذي جمع مالا وعدده. Who amasses wealth and counts it over and again. This second sentence after the first sentence by itself gives the meaning that he slandered other because of his pride of wealth. The words jama'a malan for collecting money suggest the abundance of wealth. Then the words counting it over and over again depict the person's miserliness and his selfish holding of wealth.
Okay, very good. What does the word slander mean? Anybody? Does anybody have the dictionary?
Bohtan.
Bohtan. Bohtan लगाना. बोहतान का उर्दू में क्या मतलब होता है?
इल्जाम.
इल्जाम लगाना.
बोहतान. इल्जाम होता है अगर किसी बंदे नहीं, इल्जाम और बोहतान में क्या फर्क होता है?
सर अगर किसी के किरदार पे जब बात की जाए तो उसको बोहतान या तोहमत कहते हैं. इल्जाम कोई भी हो सकता है.
Okay, good.
इल्जाम तराशी करना.
Okay, so he slanders others. Okay, he slanders jo is a very good word. And it comes. It's as I think Jessica would say, it's a top shelf word. Next word was suggest. Okay, And the last word was here. Miserliness. I think it's miserliness. No? Okay. Oh no, let me reread. Allazi jama'a malan wa addada. Who amasses wealth and counts it over and over again. This second sentence after the first sentence by itself gives the meaning that he slanders others because of his pride of wealth. The words jama amalan for collecting money suggest the abundance of wealth. Then the words counting it over and over again depict the person's miserliness and his selfish hoarding of wealth. Okay. One other word I wanted to point out was pride here. What does the word pride mean?
So فخر.
غرور.
Okay, actually very good.
Sir, غرور.
Fakhar या गरूर. Okay, फखर और गरूर में क्या चीज होता है? क्या फर्क होता है?
Sir, फखर पॉजिटिव है, गरूर नेगेटिव.
Yeah. और अगर आपको अपनी वेल्थ का प्राइड है, is that positive or negative?
It's negative.
Okay. So यहाँ पे सानिया यहाँ पे मतलब क्या होगा? फखर होगा या गरूर होगा?
सर इधर गरूर होगा.
Good. Okay. इसके लिए गरूर के लिए एक और लफ्ज भी होता है. Close word होता है arrogance. Close in meaning but not the same. Okay, arrogance. All right, so next let's go with number 3 here. Go with Musamma.
يحسب أن ماله أخلده. He thinks that his wealth will immortalize him forever. Another meaning also can be he thinks that his wealth will make him immortal. That is, he is so engrossed in amassing wealth and counting it over and over again that he has forgotten death, and he never bothers to consider that a time will come when he will have to depart from the world empty-handed, leaving everything behind.
Thank you, Musamma. Shazia, can you read the words that I underlined?
Okay, sir. Immortalize
Very good. So that was the first one. And the second one is?
and forgotten.
Forgotten. Okay. Forgotten. So very good. So just, because you lead a discussion session, you make sure everybody can say these words correctly. So any word that we underline, please write that in your register.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so here there is one more word that I want to say here. Amassing. Okay. Amass is hold on a second. Amassing. Okay. What does this word mean? Anybody? Raise your hands. You can explain in Urdu too. That's okay.
Sir, can I explain it?
Sure.
सर इसका मतलब है गड़बड़ कर देना, उलट पुलट काम कर देना.
No. So he is so engrossed in amassing wealth. So the word, I think you were. One second.
Can I say?
One sec. So Khadija, there's a word called messing. So you were thinking, I think, messing. जब हम किसी बंदे के साथ mess करते हैं, हम गड़बड़ करते हैं, छेड़छाड़ करते हैं. So that's messing. This is amassing. Okay. So let's go with wakas.
सर इसका मानिए जमा करना
Jama karna. Okay. Collect karna, gather karna. So for example, physics में एक concept होता है mass का, MASS. Physics में you guys can Google that if you are interested. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So amass means to gather, but then there's okay. So now let me read. Yahsabu anna malahu akhlada. He thinks that his wealth will immortalize him forever. And other meaning also can be, he thinks that his wealth will make him immortal. That he is so engrossed in his amassing wealth and counting it over and over again that he has forgotten that. And he never bothers to consider that a time will come when he will have to depart from the world empty-handed, leaving everything behind. What does the word immortalize mean?
सर जो फना ना हो उसको मौत ना आनी हो सर.
Okay. जो फना ना हो, जो लाफानी हो. Okay. So Umar, staying with you, if I say mortal, इसका मतलब क्या होता है? शाहज़ेब.
Funny.
सर किसका?
Funny.
Fun.
Okay. Staying with you, शाहज़ेब. अगर हमने इसके सामने I am लगा दिया तो फिर क्या मतलब होगा?
La funny.
शाबाश. लाफानी. Okay. So कई दफा इंग्लिश में होता है im यूज होता है. Im funny mortal, immortal लाफानी. Okay.
So like
Sorry, go ahead.
like impossible. I am.
I was going to ask exactly that question next. So possible का मतलब क्या होता है?
मुमकिन.
इसके साथ आप impossible लगा दें तो क्या मतलब हो जाएगा? Okay. Very good. ला ना मुमकिन. Okay. ला या ना एक उनका मतलब सेम है. Okay. So next, there's another word here. Engrossed. What does that mean, Abrar?
Magan.
Sorry, what?
Magan.
Magan. Yeah, Magan. Oh, okay, Magan. Magan यार आप थोड़ा मुझे explain करें इसका मतलब क्या होता है?
मतलब मदहोश होना एक चीज में.
मसरूफ.
क्या होना?
एक चीज में मसरूफ या मदहोश होना.
That's good. That's good. No, actually, these Urdu words are very nice words. Masroof, madhosh, और फिर मगन. Okay. इसका मतलब है कि आपकी वोकैबुलरी उर्दू में इसका आपको मुख्तलिफ लफ्जों का इस्तेमाल है, लेकिन आपने मेरे ख्याल में जो मगन वाला लफ्ज है ये या मदहोश जो है इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में वो अच्छे हैं. अब जो फॉर एग्जांपल सुमैर ने एग्जांपल दी है मसरूफ की कि उसे पता है कि मेरी उर्दू अच्छी नहीं है तो उसने मसरूफ बोला है. ओके. मतलब सारों का एक ही है. लेकिन अब आप लेकिन ये जो एक्स्ट्रा लफ्ज ऐसा जब आपकी इंग्लिश इंप्रूव हो जाएगी तो इसी तरह आपको you can use a better word that suits better in that context. यहाँ पे अगर मैं ये भी कह सकता हूँ he is so busy in collecting wealth. Yes. Okay. So the word imas means gather, to collect. Okay. पहले आपने पैसे इकट्ठे किए फिर आप उसकी गिनती करें कि जितने हो गए इतने हो गए. लेकिन मगन या मदहोश जो इसमें इसकी that's a much better translation. Sumaki's translation is very good because he knows I am not familiar with those words, but I remember these words a little bit now. So जब आपकी English भी आपकी improve हो जाएगी तो आपको you can use different word which is better in that context. Shazia, did you want to add something?
No, sir.
Okay, so let's move on to the next verse. After Muzammal, we have Shazia.
كلا لينبذن في الحطمة. Nay, he shall be thrown into crusher. The word in the original is لا ينبذ नजर नहीं आ रहा थोड़ा لا ينبذن.
Hey, Joe, hold on 1 second. Okay. So this is the same word that you just read.
Okay, sir. The word in the original is la yumbazanna. In Arabic, is used for throwing away a thing regarding it as worthless and mean. This by itself indicates that because of his wealth he thinks that he is a great man, but on the day of his resurrection he will be hurled into hell as mean and contemptible object. The word "hutama" in the original is from hatim, which means to smash, crush, and break into pieces. Hell has been described by this epithet because it will crush and break to pieces whatever is thrown into it because of its depth and its fire.
Okay, let's stop here. Okay, so one quick comment. The word zal, la kalla la yumbazanna. Okay, in Arabic, this word is read as dh, la yumbazanna. Munazza, can you read this for us, please? The Arabic. The Arabic only.
Yes, sir.
Can you read ayat 4? Ayat 4.
Yes, sir. كلا لينبذن في الحطمة.
Okay. So आपने ला युम्बज़न्ना नहीं पढ़ा, आपने पढ़ा ला युम्बज़न्ना. DH की बात. ला युम्बज़न्ना. Okay. So वो कि आपने जाल क्यों नहीं पढ़ा और दा क्यों पढ़ा?
सर मैंने?
Yeah. आपने सही पढ़ा, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा गलत पढ़ा है. लेकिन for example,
सर जाल पढ़ा है लेकिन जबान को दांतों के दरमियान रखा है. ला युम्बज़न्ना.
Very good. Okay. So बड़ा same letter है. इस लेटर को हम उर्दू में डिफरेंट पढ़ते हैं, अरबिक में डिफरेंट पढ़ते हैं. ला युम्बज़न्ना. Okay. Anyways, Munazza has much better pronunciation of Arabic than any of us. So that's why I asked her to read it. So كلا لا ينبذن في الحطمة. Let me first read the few words that you did not read correctly. So the only word you struggled with was contemptible. शासिब, अगर तुम इसी लफ्ज को पढ़ोगे, इसको मैंने छोटा कर दिया, ये लफ्ज क्या होगा?
Contempt.
Okay, yeah. Contempt का मतलब क्या होता है?
कोशिश करना.
No, वो होता है attempt. What does contempt mean? Anybody?
Sir, insult.
Insult.
Mean.
No, so contempt means that किसी को आपसे कोई चीजें जिससे आप नापसंद है, नफरत है.
इसका मतलब जायजा लेना।
यानी हकीर
Jaisa?
बंदा।
No, I think
सर
Jaisa
तस्लीम
would
कर
not be correct. Okay.
जब हम
So, okay.
कहते हैं कंटेम्पलेट तो उसका मतलब
No,
है
वो
जायजा।
contemplate different lafaz hai. Okay. So, contemptible, contempt. Okay. So, again, these are different words. So, let me write this down. So, there is the word attempt, कोशिश करना. उसके बाद लफ्ज है contemplate. That's a different word. इसका मतलब है सोचना किसी चीज के बारे में. So, they have similar sounds, but they're different words. Okay, so let me read the Arabic and the translation. كَلَّا لَا يَنبُذَنَّ فِي الْحُطَمَةِ. Nay, he shall be thrown into the crusher. The word in the original is yumbatanna. Nabd is Arabic. Nabd in Arabic is used for throwing away a thing, regarding it as worthless and mean. This by itself indicates that because of his wealth, he thinks that he is a great man. But on the day of resurrection, he will be hurled into hell as a mean and contemptible object. The word hutama in the original is from hat, which means to smash, crush, and break into pieces. Hell has been described by this epithet because it will crush and break to pieces whatever is thrown into it because of its depth and fire. There is another word that I underlined, which is mean, right here. Mean का मतलब क्या होता है?
सर इसका
Raise your hand.
मतलब
मतलब
Tanya, raise. Go ahead.
सर इसका मतलब मीन भी होता है और कभी चीप भी होता है.
So mean का मतलब क्या होता है?
मीन मतलब और एक और मतलब होता है जो बहुत सस्ती और बहुत चीप चीज.
So mean का मतलब है मतलब.
यस.
और इसका मतलब कोई चीज जो cheap हो या सस्ती हो. Cheap. No, let me ask somebody else. Shahzib. One person at a time. Shahzib.
इसका मतलब होता है ऑलमोस्ट
हाँ मतलब ठीक है. और दूसरा मतलब क्या है इसका?
किस चीज से
वैसे कोई बंदा मीन हो सकता है. कोई. Okay. So let's ask Sumer. Okay, Sumer, तुम्हारी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
सर घटिया.
घटिया. Okay.
कंटेम्प्ट का मतलब भी सर हम यही कह सकते हैं ना.
क्या कह सकते हैं?
कंटेम्प्ट का मतलब भी और मीन मतलब भी यही होगा दोनों. घटिया इंसान. मीन.
Contemptible क्या लेंगे? इन जैसे अभी सानिया ने लफ्ज इस्तेमाल किया cheap. कोई चीज जो है वो एक cheap एक मतलब होता है सस्ता. cheap का एक मतलब होता है बंदा जो undesirable हो, जिसको चीज को यार नहीं ये अच्छी बात नहीं है, अच्छी चीज नहीं है. सो मीन का मायने होगा मतलब, और मीन का ऐसा भी मतलब होगा कोई चीज जो undesirable है. अबरार. Do you have any?
फजूल
सर बुरा मतलब सर ही इज सो मीन मतलब वो बहुत बुरा है.
Yeah, mean इसका मतलब बुरा भी हो सकता है. Okay,
हीन
undesirable habit. Shazia, you were going to say something.
वो है.
One person at a time. Please raise your hand if you want to speak.
सर मैंने एक दफा इंस्टाग्राम पे पढ़ा था यू आर अ चीटर यू आर अ मीन.
Okay, yeah, there you go. So you're mean. Okay, mean का मतलब कि बंदा जो है वो undesirable हो. Yeah, one second. Let me grab my dictionary. Anybody has dictionary? Dictionary में क्या मतलब है इसका?
सर कहना इसे
यहाँ
Yeah,
पे
sure. Go ahead, grab it.
वसीला.
Means
सर
वसीला भी हो सकता है.
सर मीन एडजेक्टिव है, इसको वर्ब में बखेल और नाउन में मतलब होना.
मतलब होना ओके, लेकिन दूसरा इसका गलत चीज जो अनडिजायरेबल होती है उसका क्या होता है?
सर बखील।
बखील, ओके श्योर, बखील। और ओके, इसका एक और मतलब जो अभी मैं भी देख रहा था डिक्शनरी में, लेकिन मुझे इसका नहीं उर्दू मतलब नहीं सही तरह से आ रहा है, जब मैं आपको बता दूंगा जब मुझे आएगा। सो मीन का एक और मतलब ये होता है जब किसी चीज की आप एवरेज लेते हैं मैथमेटिक्स या अरिथमेटिक्स में, आपने नंबरों को जमा करके उसको नंबर पे तकसीम किए तो एवरेज। ओके, so let's move on to the next one, number 5 and number 6. Let's go with Munassa.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wama adraka mal hutama. And what do you know what the crusher is? Narullahil muqada. It is the fire kindled by Allah. Nowhere else in the Quran has the fire of hell been called the fire of Allah. Here, its ascription to Allah not only expresses its dreadfulness, but it also shows how the wrath and contempt of Allah envelops those who become proud and arrogant, arrogant with the worldly wealth. And that is why Allah has described that fire as His own fire into which they will be hurled.
Very good, hurled. Okay, so that's good, you corrected it. There was only one word here that you misspoke, that was rat, and I think you corrected that yourself. इसमें W जो है वो silent. Okay, everything else was pretty good, so we are not even going to say it again. Okay, so let's go with 5, 6, 7.
التي تتلو على الأفئدة. The fire that shall rise to the hearts of criminals. The taliu is from itala, which means to climb and mount to the top, and also to be aware and informed. Afida is plural of vowed, which means the heart, but this word is not used for the organ which throbs in the breast, but for the seat of man's understanding and consciousness. These feelings and desires, beliefs and thoughts, motives and intentions. Thus, one meaning of the rising of the fire to the hearts is that this fire will reach the place which is the center of man's evil thoughts, false beliefs, impure desires and feelings, and wicked motives and intentions. The second meaning is that the fire of Allah will not be blind like the fire of the world, which burns up the deserving and the non-deserving alike, but it will reach the heart of every culprit and discover the nature of his crime and then punish him according to his guilt.
Okay. Shazia, I'm going to ask you to correct these words.
Yes, sir.
So let's go with the first word. How would you say that?
Hearts.
Hearts. Okay. What did Rabia say?
She said hurt.
Heart के spelling क्या होंगे?
HURT.
Okay. So very good. Okay. And what's the next word?
Climb.
Climb. And what did she say?
I think she said climb.
Yeah. You know, that's a very common thing, right? There's a lafaz hai. Let me write 2 words here.
सर गूगल तो इसका कलिम बता रहा है।
उसका स्पीकर दबाओ जरा. So Shazia, write this word. जो words मैंने ऊपर लिखे, can you read this?
Driver. Driver versus driven.
Driven. Okay. So similar spellings हैं, लेकिन इसमें I की आवाज मुख्तलिफ है. Driver, driven. Okay. So climb जो है जैसे ड्राइवर में I की आवाज है वैसे आएगी climb. लेकिन जो जब इसने राबिया ने पढ़ा उसने पढ़ा climb जैसे driven में है. And that's okay. आहिस्ता आहिस्ता आपको पता चल जाएगा किस लफ्जों में किस किस्म की आवाज है. Okay, so then read the next red underline, Shazia.
Consciousness.
Consciousness. Okay, very good. And the last red one, and the next red one?
Wicked.
Okay, no, wicked.
Okay. Sorry, wicked.
Okay, yeah. Usually, actually, हम जब ed होता है तो हम ऐसे इस तरह से, लेकिन ये एक लफ्ज यहाँ पे wicked. Okay, and then the last red one. Guilt. Very good. Okay, there's one blue underline that I did. What does that mean? The word mean? Anybody? Raise your hand. In Urdu or English is fine. Okay, let's go with Munassa.
Throbs से इसका मतलब धड़कन.
धड़कन. Okay, जो दिल की धड़कन है. या यहाँ पे इसका मतलब है धड़कना. जो वर्ब होता है, वर्ब के आखिर पे हमेशा क्या होता है मुनस्सा? उर्दू में कोई भी वर्ब होता है उसकी निशानी क्या होती है मुनस्सा?
ना यानी अलिफ.
Yeah, नून अलिफ होता है उसके आखिर. Very good. Okay, so throbs in the breast, धड़कना. दिल की धड़कन होती है उसको हम बोलते हैं. कोई इस तरह कोई भी ऐसी चीज होती है जिसकी रिदमिक धड़कन हो हम उसे कहेंगे throb. Okay, so very good. The fire that shall allati tattaliu alal afida. The fire that shall rise to the hearts of criminals. The taliu is from ittala, which means to climb and mount to the top, and also be aware and informed. Afida is plural of wad, which means the heart. But this word is not used for the organ which throbs in the breast, but for the seat of man's understanding and consciousness, his feelings and desires, beliefs and thoughts, motives and intentions. Thus, one meaning of the rising of the fire is to the one meaning of the rising of the fire to the heart is that the fire will reach the place which is the center of man's evil thoughts, false beliefs, impure desires and feelings, and wicked motives and intentions. The second meaning is that the fire of Allah will not be blind like the fire of the world, which burns up the deserving and non-deserving alike. But it will reach the heart of every culprit and discover the nature of his crime, and then punish him according to his guilt. One more thing I wanted to say here was, and there was one very beautiful use of the word seat. Or here. The seat of man's understanding. Seat usually means some place that you sit. लेकिन यहाँ दिल को बोला है उन्होंने कि ये seat है इंसान की understanding की. So it's a different use of seat, figurative use. Okay, so we got a little bit left. Let's go for number 8 with Sumer.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innaha alayhim musada. Verily, it will close in upon them. That is, after the culprits have been thrown into it, hell will be closed in upon them without leaving any slit or opening anywhere, in order to choke or suffocate them.
Okay. So what does suffocate means, Sumer?
Sir, dam घुटना.
Choke का मतलब क्या है?
Sir, can I say?
Okay. Go ahead, Shazi.
चोक का मतलब
गला घोंटना.
गला घोटना. Okay. दम घोटना, गला घोटना. Okay. जो चोक जो होता है गला घोटना होता है, और जो सफोकेट है वो दम घोटना है. ओके, सो वेरी गुड, these are very good लफ्ज दोनों का. ऐसे अगर कोई बंदे किसी को मारना चाहे तो उसका गला भी घोट सकता है, उसका दम भी घोट सकता है. आज से काफी साल पहले की बात है कि अमेरिका में क्या होता था कि अगर कोई बंदा अपनी गाड़ी को अपने गराज में उसने गाड़ी की है, उसकी गाड़ी बंद करनी भूल गया, तो वो गैस और वो गाड़ी में बैठा रहा तो वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता दम घुट जाता था, वो बंदा मर जाता था. इस तरह कुछ लोग मरे भी थे. लेकिन वहां पे कोई आपका गला नहीं घोंट रहा, बस आप हवा में कोई चीज है, आपका दम घुट गया और आप फोत हो गए. ये चोक होगा यूजुअली इसमें जब आपका कोई गला घोंट रहा है किसी ने. Okay, and then let's see here. We have Wakas at that. Wakas, do you want to do the last one?
Yes, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Fi amadim mumaddada. In outstretched columns, fi amadim mumaddada can have several meanings. That the gates of hell will be closed and tall columns will be erected on them. That the culprits will be tied to the tall columns. According to Ibn Abbas, the flames of the fire shall be rising high like tall columns.
Very good. Okay, so everything was correct. So let me just reread. And there's one word I want to ask you guys what it means after that. Fi amadim mumaddada. In outstretched columns. Fi amadim mumaddada can have several meanings. That the gates of hell will be closed and tall columns will be erected on them. That the culprits will be tied to the tall columns. According to Ibn Abbas, the flames of the fire shall be rising high like tall columns. Okay. तो इसमें एक तो n silent है और दूसरा इस लफ्ज का मतलब क्या है? Please raise your hands.
Sir, we will say columns.
Okay. Columns.
और सर हाथ किस चीज के होते हैं?
किस चीज के?
आपने कहा कि कॉलम्स कैसे होते हैं, यही पूछा ना आपने?
हाँ हाँ.
तो जब हम हाथ खड़ा करते हैं आसमान से जमीन की तरफ, तो ये कॉलम का साइज है, ये 2 लाइंस
Okay.
ऊपर से नीचे. जबकि जो अमूदी लाइंस होती हैं उनको रोज कहते हैं.
Rows. Okay. Okay. So आप बात कर रही हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आप गूगल शीट्स यूज कर रही हैं.
यस सर.
Okay.
तो
So
उनमें
गूगल
ऊपर
शीट्स.
से नीचे होगी, वो ऊपर से नीचे कॉलम्स, और जो पेज के राइट टू लेफ्ट या लेफ्ट टू राइट जाएंगी वो रोज.
So क्या होगा? गूगल शीट्स आप यूज करें फॉर एग्जाम्पल, या कोई भी शीट्स का सॉफ्टवेयर आप यूज करें. Okay. So this is your column. Okay. कई दफा अखबार में भी होता है कि जी बकिया नंबर फलाना, कॉलम नंबर फलाना, सफा नंबर फलाना. कॉलम का मतलब है कि उसमें अखबारों के अंदर भी कॉलम होते हैं, क्योंकि वो जो एक सफा है उसको उन्होंने कॉलम्स में डिवाइड किया हुआ है. ओके, एनी अदर मीनिंग? एनीबॉडी एल्स? ओके, कॉलम्स का मतलब होता है स्टोन भी हो सकता है, या कोई भी चीज जो ऊपर की तरफ जा रही है. यहाँ पे फॉर एग्जाम्पल आग के बारे में बात हो रही है. जब आग भी ऊपर जा रही होती है, आग के क्या होते हैं? शोले होते हैं ना.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
जब
yes.
शोले आपके बड़े होने शुरू हो जाएंगे, बहुत ऊंचे ऊंचे हो जाएंगे, लंबे लंबे हो जाएंगे, तो आप कहेंगे ये कॉलम्स ऑफ फायर है. So we're almost at the end. I'm gonna do one more thing. Munassa, can you just read us the Arabic of each one of these before we finish? Let's start from the top.
Yes,
Munassa,
sir.
can you read the Arabic of every ayah before we finish? Can you read the Arabic of the whole surah before we finish?
Yes, sir. Sir, just Arabic पढ़नी है?
Yeah, just the Arabic.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة.
Very good. Thank you. Okay. So that's the end of our hour.